Jai Mohanji, we are reading I Am Mohanji, Volume 2, Grace Leads to an Enlightened State. It's written by me. Thank you all for joining. We are reading chapter 15. The title is Break from Work. Mohanji Datta Tapovan Ashram came up in Ganeshpuri in 2023. The land had just been acquired then. This was also the chosen venue for celebrating Mohanji's 59th birthday in the next consecutive year, 2024. The land was totally raw and needed to be worked upon to bring it to a considerable shape to hold the event. Trees were being planted, ground was being levelled, and temporary shades were being installed. Electricity and water connections sourced, washroom facilities arranged, and much more was happening. There were professionally assigned people carrying out the jobs, and there were also volunteers who were more than willing to come from across the globe to lend a hand. I was able to dedicate 3 days to doing seva. I was assigned to work at the Nakshatra Van. Nakshatra means auspicious star and Van means groove. This segment of the land was to be transformed to Nakshatra Vana. As per Indian astrology, there are 27 auspicious stars and each star is related to a specific tree. All these trees would be procured and planted at the place in a specific order as per astrology. Each person is born under a star, and so having a grove that grows all the trees related to the stars becomes a place of rejuvenation for every person. When we nourish and protect these trees, automatically we get nourishment and protection. The job assigned to me was to clear the Nakshatra Vana of the wild grass that had spreadingly grown all over. It was thrilling to be working in the fields. The feeling of being away from the hustle and bustle of the cities and to arrive in vast open nature was exciting. The greenery around, the chirping of the birds, the people of the village in their traditional attire, the unpolluted fresh air, the simplicity of living provided the much needed rejuvenation, the vibe of the sacred land over and above all. With responsibilities back home, I knew there wouldn't be another time soon that I would be able to make it to the place again for more volunteering. So I would reach the field at the first light from the sun in the morning, work throughout the day and leave only after sunset. I was deeply engrossed in my work. The hot sun or the rain did not bother me. Neither was I aware of any feelings of hunger or thirst. I put all my bodily strength to uproot the deep penetrated roots of the tall wild grass from the soil. I was fully focused on the work. I was actually not allowing myself any breaks. Dedication to Mohanji was talking. I was feeling privileged to be on this sacred ground and considered myself the chosen one to labor for the ashram in the making. The significance of making of the ashram to a Mohanji devotee is comparable to the significance of the building of Ram Setu to the devotees at that time. The Vanars would lift the boulders, the squirrels lifted pebbles, each one's contribution a value addition, nothing wasted. My hands are not used to holding hard tools. This gave me a few boils over my palms. Nor am I used to this kind of physical strain. The body was also aching, but I continued. My hard toil and stability became instantly visible to many. People around urged me to take a break. Now surely, Mohanji noticed it as well. Not that Mohanji was physically present there, but in the sense that he is omnipresent. Soon a post got shared in the WhatsApp group sharing details to a live telecast of a program of Mohanji happening in Udaipur. The schedule mentioned that there is a telecast happening not once but twice in that single day. Mohanji's online presence is equally good as an in-person meeting. It was time for the first telecast. I was in the fields carrying on with my work. I tried to wear my earphones and listen to Mohanji while I continued to work so that the work was not affected. But the internet connection was disrupted. This compelled me to take a break. I walked around a little bit in the surrounding area, trying to find a spot where the signal received was comparatively strong. I heartily watched the online stream. For the next telecast, I chose to attend it from my room and leave for work only after Mohanji's program is finished. These compulsive times off from work provided my strenuous physical body some rest. It came to my realization that this was Mohanji's way to make me break from my work. He cares for us like children. Mohanji knew that was only possible way to get me off work. His motherly caring brought me to tears. Next subtitle, an experience happening in the now. While I am writing this experience of mine of doing seva at the Datta Tapovan Ashram in the now, a post is being shared in the time on Instagram. It is a short video clip beginning with showing the idol of Dattatreya under the Audumbar tree in Ganeshpuri, and then it slowly takes around 360 degrees to show the far and widespread greenery that has happened with heavy monsoon showers. It is no coincidence that the post of Datta Tapovan Ashram gets shared just in time that I am in the activity of writing about an experience I had at the same Datta Tapovan Ashram. It is a clear approval from Mohanji to my writing. There are a whole lot of experiences sitting in me. I want to bring it to the world. I want to write them down. But I am not so sure that I will be able to comprehend them. Will I find proper words to jot them? Am I capable of expressing or finding the right words to express these kinds of subtleties without losing their essence? It is important that the right message gets passed on. This experience of mine gave me answers to all these questions. My writing got backed by Mohanji's approval. Then the feelings of to be or not to be vanished. I set in full swing to pen down each experience in my best capacity. The reader should feel the same experience of subtlety on reading these experiences. Mohanji has said, we use this earth for our liberation. Debts must be paid back. I cannot just get to live so many experiences and keep them to me. This must be shared with the world. This writing of my book is my part of seva to the world, clearing my debts. This is an important experience that has actually led to the happening and completion of this book. It is also the will of God that a second volume of my book be released. This picture of the idol of Lord Dattatreya at Ganeshpuri Ashram, Mumbai. He stands under the shade of the sacred Audumbar tree. This is me with my husband Sandeep volunteering to work. You can see the land is just the raw land as it had been acquired, and many things eventually got built and are continuing to get built there. So this is a picture from 2023, how it looked. Next chapter, chapter 16, other many experiences. Now this chapter has many experiences. We will go one by one. The first subtitle, Islands of Consciousness. What is the destination we are looking at as we walk the path of spirituality? It is to arrive at a state of being fully conscious, a state where we are fully aware that we are verily the energy that is activating us. Awareness that the same energy is the activating force behind the functioning of the entire universe. Mohanji has recommended practicing being conscious as islands of consciousness until it becomes a reality, until it becomes the mainland. Means, because we have continually been living unconscious, it is difficult to make a sudden shift to becoming fully conscious, which is the awareness of our true self. Rather, we should practice small moments of consciousness and then keep repeating the exercise. This practice will finally lead us to becoming fully conscious. One fine rainy morning, I set out for a brisk walk. The weather was very pleasant. The cool breeze blanketed me and the soft drizzle lovingly tapped me all over. It was still early and there was an appealing quietness all around. My mind was pondering over these thoughts about islands of consciousness. My eyes were watchfully set to look down as I took the steps. I noticed that the street was full of puddles of water. The street looked like a group of little islands. This was an amazing sight. It was as though somebody was reading my mind and displaying it picturesquely. It is a feeling that Mohanji is always walking with us. His communication is silent. The communications received from Mohanji are subtle feelings that run through our consciousness. We instantly know it is real and it is him. We deeply feel them and feelings are our natural trust. He made me feel loved. It became a significant incident to experience something that is beyond the usual gross experience, beyond the usual sense-related experience. It's an experience to feel another realm. Next subtitle, Person-Specific References. Mohanji knows our past and probably our past lives. I know that he surely knows, but I use the word probably because we definitely don't know our past lives that we can access to cross-confirm. But past, yes, we know. I have an anguishing remembrance from my childhood days of stealing a new diary from a friend's bag. This has caused me to feel regretful for a long time. Decades down the line, it still remains as a memory of a wrongdoing. Mohanji has explained at length about the binding effects of the emotions of guilt and regrets. Along with explaining, he has also guided people on ways to overcome them. He emphasizes that we must bury our past to feel the freshness of life happening in the present moment. He also says, by keeping them, we are doing no good because what happened, happened. We cannot go back and change it. Mohanji gives practical solutions. He says that much burden of past guilt can be shed by performing actions that are good and benevolent in the present time. He gives examples like, if it is about abortions, we can take care of abandoned children. If the regret is not about not being good to our old parents, we can take care of older people in the now. Using the same logic, I donated diaries, notebooks and other many stationery items to school-going kids. I felt being freed of this guilt. But how did Mohanji know things from my past? He specifically had used the word diary when he is generally giving examples for reference, but it applies to me in specific. Diary is not a usual word. Anybody would use a word like a book or a notebook, but not a diary per se. It all means that Mohanji had straightaway targeted the clot of the memory blocked in my system and uprooted it, setting me free. Yet at another point in time, while he is speaking about self-acceptance in one of the discourses, the kind of things he has referred to as examples once again seem to hit my person-specific blockages. He says we keep complaining, and the references that he gives are, my hair is not good, my nose is not good, my teeth are not good. All these examples completely matched my person-specific set of complaints. Wow! Now it has changed to feeling good about having them. It feels like a virtue to have them because they facilitated communication with my beloved master Mohanji. Jokingly, I murmured in my mind, "Oh Mohanji, don't just stop there. There are more. Keep pointing." We can stop here for today. Thank you for joining me. Always stay blessed. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Jai Mohanji.